What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday, Tag Team Thursday. I am Justin, aka No Good Comics, and I am back with another episode of Comic Books to Read this week. This is the show where I go over some of the new books that just came out from July 7th and talk a little bit about some of the ones I've enjoyed, some of the ones that I'm looking forward to, and we'll dive into like kind of my top 5 as I usually show off what I have. But before I do, I want to remind everybody watching right now that this is part of the Tag Team Thursday lineup. If you guys are not familiar with that, it starts out over at Rod's channel, Just a Rican and his comics, over at 6:30 Eastern time. I put all the information in the description below. From Rod's channel, we jump over to John's channel, and then Old Wolf 65, and then Brandon, who was just live, ComixKings, over there hanging out with Morbius, and now we're here. So I'm closing this thing out. Tag Team Thursday has been so much fun, so make sure you guys are tuning in each and every week with us. As we continue to kind of break down some of the things that we have going on each and every week. I see we got 15 people hanging out in the chat, so let me say a quick hello to the chat before I get into the books that I want to talk about. I have to say this was it's another great week for comics. I always say that, right? It's just some of the best times to be reading comics right now. The stories that are coming out, there's been so many great releases, and this week was a big one. So, but I'll get into that in just a second. Let's say hello to the chat. We got Something Wong in the house. What's going on, brother? Saw you earlier today hanging out during my premiere. Appreciate you. And anybody who missed the premiere, I do my top 10 picks for New Comic Book Day each week. I release them on Thursday mornings or afternoon, 12:30 Eastern time, technically. So Something Wong, appreciate you hanging out. We also had Phil there hanging out with us. We got Phil here again. What's going on, Phil? Hope you're doing good. Hope the intern as well. That's an inside joke. Me and Phil. Phil has an intern, so that's actually not a joke at all. He has an intern. TM Nerdy in the house station, brother. Thanks so much for hanging out. Love what you guys are doing on your Wednesday shows, and appreciate all the support as always. Let's see. We got Glitter and Duct Tape hanging out with us. Glitter, if you get a chance, check your Instagram messages. I sent you something. So reach out when you get a chance. Can't stay, but wanted to drop by. I appreciate it. All good. Thank you so much for swinging by. We got my man Eric hanging out with us. Just got Eric into comic books not too long ago. So if you guys are not following Eric over on Instagram, make sure you do so. Eric, drop your tag there, your handle when you get a chance in the description. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but yeah, just welcome him to the community. Just started getting him into comics. He was reading Something is Killing the Children, and a few other Batman books. So, definitely not Batman. That's his handle with underscores. Underscore definitely, underscore not, underscore Batman. So check out my friend Eric and welcome him to the comic book community. Thanks, man, for hanging out. We got Thomas Jackman hanging out with us. What's going on, TJ? Saw you earlier today as well in the premiered video. So thanks so much for swinging by again. We got Herminio in the house as well. Station, my friend. Good to see you as well. Let's see. We got Todd Christian hanging out with us as always. Thank you so much, my friend. There's Rod, who I just mentioned before, the closer. That's right, man. Rod had just come out with a really, he had his own variant that just came out recently. So if you guys missed that, go check that out on his Instagram page. He talked about it a little bit here on YouTube as well during his live stream. So really, really cool stuff, and really excited for you, bro. So congratulations on that. Let's see. We got John Stout hanging out as well. He was there earlier today in the premiere. Appreciate you, my friend. We got Zen Multiverse bamfing all around the YouTube world today. Good to see you as well. Thanks so much for hanging out. We got my man Fable Station. Fable, love what you're doing on Wednesdays as well. Love the live streams over on Instagram. I got to do some more of those live streamings over on Instagram. So it's a lot of fun. He does the Blame Fable show. It's a lot of fun over there. Let's see. We got PJ King. Yeah, dude, it's been so bad, man. It has been so bad. Yeah, the Yankees could certainly use a closer like Rivera right now, because it's a joke. It's really just a joke. We got Scott hanging out with us. What's going on, Scott? Good to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by. We got Flash by Night Station, brother. Station. Let's see. We got some SpineTicks in the house. Sith Lordly, my bro, man. What's going on? Good to see you, Sith. Out and about. Let's see. Just scrolling through, seeing people saying hi to people. We got Kevin in the house, Entropy and Comics. Hello. We got Fuzzy Dunlop as well. Good to see you, Fuzzy. Hope all is well. My man John from John's Comics with Kids was just doing his premiered video earlier. If you guys missed that, make sure you check that out. Link is in the description below. Okay, I think yep, the chat just jumped on me. Scrolling back real quick, we got C-List. Eamon, what's going on, C-List? Good to see you. We got Brother Joe, Station Brother Joe. We got my man Jason, Claiming Comics. What's up? What's up, Jason? Good to see you. I know we're talking Black Science soon. That's coming up. I know me, you, and JR and Eric, we're going to be doing another round of that coming up in the next week or two, I think. Keep an eye out for that. Let's see. I think I'm getting everybody. We got Sheena in the house. Station Sheena, good to see you as well. Let's see. There it is. Thank you, Eric. There's the handle right there. You guys, if you're not following Eric over on Instagram, go check him out and welcome him to the community as he is just starting to explore the comics. Let's see. I think I got Louis in the house. What's up, Louis? Good to see you, bro. He was also here this morning. All right, I'm getting through. I see Jeremy Sparks Comics. I see Andrew Peterson. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you. Yeah, the Blame Fable show, the best spec video going on Insta. Agreed, my friend. Agreed. We got Chef RD in the house. What is up, Chef? Good to see you as well. We got 23 people in here right now. Take a moment, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Welcome. Let's get into some of the books here because I'm curious what you guys think of some of the books. A ton of great things, as I was just saying. I am actually going to start out with an indie book. Surprise, surprise. I'm curious if you're reading this right now. This is an Aftershock issue number 1. I always say pick up the issue number 1s if you get a chance. I've been doing that myself, and I've not been disappointed. This is The Clans of Bellary. I think I'm saying that right. It's a really cool, like, outer space type story. Basically, there are these, like, colonies, essentially these clans that are separated and all have these different individual jobs that they kind of stick to, and it's all about this one girl who was kind of landed on a planet with this guy down here who's like a pilot. They ended up getting stranded together. The girl's parents die in the accident. He ends up taking care of her, and when she turns like 13 years old, she ends up being able to try out for starting to work, essentially joining the workforce of what planet they live on and what their responsibilities are. But she kind of wants to do other things. She doesn't understand why she has to just do what her planet is basically assigned to do, or her clan, I should say. So she's kind of going against the grain, and I think she's starting to shift the mind of her I guess adopted dad as well. As you know, it's not all the system isn't what she doesn't like the system, basically. So she's kind of going against it. So I like this opening issue. I don't know if this is a 5-issue miniseries or not. I know Aftershock does a lot of 5-issue miniseries, but I did enjoy it. I do like the artwork. Peter Blackie, Rob Blackie, and Daniel Main doing the story and artwork. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Let's see. The next book I want to talk about is another indie title. This is Frank Cho. Fight Girls, issue number 1. Have you guys read this? This was like Hunger Games meets Jurassic Park. Like, just think about that for a second. Hunger Games, Jurassic Park combined. It's basically takes place where the initial queen of I forget the name or where it takes place. Queen of the Galaxy is what they call it. She stepped down from her throne, so now they need someone new to take over the throne. And as you can see, even on the front cover here, it says 10 women, 4 challenges, 1 crown. Winner rules the empire. So it's basically these 10 women who are put into this trial of having to survive their way through 4 different tests or competitions, essentially. Again, kind of like Hunger Games, where you have to like survive, be the lone survivor. And so the very first one that they have to go through basically takes them into this Jurassic world where there are all these tons of unique dinosaurs and creatures that they've never dealt with before. And there's a lot of violence in there. There's some camaraderie, but there's also some strategy. There's some backstabbing involved. There's a lot of really good stuff. Meanwhile, the people who are watching this, because it's being essentially broadcasted, you even have like you get the quote bubbles of like the camera people that are saying like camera 1, you know, zoom in on so and so, camera 2, like it really does remind me of Hunger Games. So but anyways, really well done. And Frank Cho, really cool project to see him doing. And Sabine Rich also doing the artwork, which was stunning in this book. So really enjoyed that as well. I think it's a 5-issue miniseries too, by the way. So I'm curious, you know, kind of how this is all going to unfold. You know, this first one really is just them in the Jurassic world and seeing who survives and who doesn't. And I'm assuming we're going to move on to one of the other 4 things that they have to go through. So we will see how that goes. Astro Wizard saying, I can't wait to read this. Yeah, it's really good, really enjoyable. Artwork was stunning, so definitely worth checking out. Jason said Fight Girls was a favorite for sure. Yep. Definitely glad. I mean, this might be one I might have to go back and try to get a cover A for at some point. Fable, yes, go follow Eric. Thank you so much for the reminder. C-list villains in the house. What's going on, C-list? Good to see you. Yeah, Hunger Games, right, Rod? Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. It was just like that. Let's see. Where did I thought I saw someone else say something else. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, no. Okay. Anyways, so really enjoyed it. Frank Chow doing some good stuff. Let's see. Next one up that I want to talk about, and I'll tell you, there were some I didn't get to. I didn't get to Swamp Thing yet. I know that came out. That's literally next on my list. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Next one that I'm going to talk about here is whoops. Let me just click into that there. Who's reading this right now? My goodness, Wonder Girl, issue number 2. Joelle Jones. That's all I have to say about this book right here. It is fantastic. It is so good. I mean, the artwork the artwork's blown me away. It's really, I mean, I would say this particular issue is a little bit more of a setup still setting up kind of what we're getting into, starting to see kind of some behind the scenes on like a villain that's been shown, and seeing where her journey is going to take her next, because Yara is, you know, on her quest and she's gone down to Brazil. Meanwhile, we get to see Wonder Girl, who, so I'm a little confused by some of it because I've never really followed Wonder Girl in the past. I've never really read too much Wonder Woman either. So there's a couple of characters that kind of show up in here that I am not 100% familiar with how they work within the universe. And so maybe someone can enlighten me on that at some point later down the road, as I'm still learning my DC stuff. But I have to say, it's worth it to pick up just for the artwork alone. It's absolutely stunning. Love the intro to this book, kind of how they were telling this story about this sister serpent, basically, that's in the water, that where we left off from the last time. So really cool stuff, and I seriously can't get over the artwork. It's stunning. Actually, I'll see if I can hold some things up. So like this is kind of where we left off here. I don't know if that's going to show well. But yeah, this is just some of the like beginnings of how it was going out. By the way, this is the panel to panel features. Trying not to get a glare here. But yeah, just some really stunning stuff. So yeah, Joelle Jones, if you guys are not reading it, check it out. Highly recommend it. Let's see. Yeah, Scott agreed. She is a national treasure. Really talented. Love the writing too. Like it's just all around. I had to go Wonder Girl. J. Scott Campbell, very nice. Yeah, there were a lot of covers for this. Totally agree. Fantastic artists. Let me just scroll back up here. PJ saying Wonder Girl, fantastic. The art is phenomenal. Justin, you will enjoy Swamp Thing. I'm glad to hear. I have not gotten into it yet, but that is next on the list. And I mean, I've been loving it. Don't get me wrong. It's like it's top 5 for me easily out of all the titles across indie, DC, Marvel. Swamp Thing is up there. Ram V, he's just doing amazing things. Yeah, I have high hopes. Yeah, Yara Flor. I'm all in on Yara Flor. I am all in for sure. Todd Christian saying Wonder Girl is awesome so far. It's only 2 issues in, but it's becoming one of my favorite DC books. Yeah. Well said. Let's see. All right. So I got let's see, 3 more books I just want to show and talk about a little bit. So I'm gonna go with I'm going to go with Ordinary Gods. This was one of the books that I picked up physically. If you guys don't know, I'm only trying to condense my collection, buying 3 books a week physically, as opposed to the 10 to 15 physical issues that I was buying. Really, mainly just because I'm running out of room and I'm trying to figure out how to kind of clear space. I'm thinking about doing a kind of a summer blowout sale of some sort, where I have a lot of like newer books. I might try to sell them. I don't know, or do a mystery box. Might ask the community if you guys would be interested in if I did mystery boxes. It would mainly be new books, books that came out within the last 6 to 8 months. But just looking to kind of clear some space. They're all in great condition. But anyways, we'll get into that at some point down the road. I'll announce something. But yeah, Ordinary Gods. This is by Kyle Higgins, who is doing Radiant Black, and it's just loving Radiant Black. So I had to buy it just for that. The artist is Watanabe. Forget their first name, but really, really enjoyed this first issue. Some really high hopes for this, just with the buildup to seeing this come out. This is an Image comic, by the way. And yeah, it's really interesting, basically about these gods who were fighting wars for years and years, telling these tall tales of these 13 gods that kind of originated and took control of certain areas of this where they live, essentially. I don't know what you call it, but basically there's one that's kind of the ruler of all of them, and there's like a handful that kind of want to overthrow this god, and one of them figures out a way on how to do so. The only thing is, by the time he figures out that basically you can't kill a god, but you can entrap a god and keep a god captured. And so while they kind of were busy trying to figure out if it's moral and if it's the right thing to do, the main guy, the God of One, or I think is the phrase they call it, he ends up using it against them, and basically throwing them all into this captive world, which is Earth, essentially. So they are all now living on Earth and trying to figure out how to destroy this and become free. So really interesting stuff. The ending was insane. Like there were some things I was just like not expecting, not ready for. It is not for kids. This book is not for kids. But I did really enjoy it. And I don't know. I don't think this is a limited issue series. I think that Higgins is going to be putting this out for a while now. So I think that this is a book worth checking out. If you have not yet, I do recommend it. And me personally, I do like to own issue 1. So maybe that's something worth considering as well to get into your collection if you're into that. But let me catch up with the chat here. We got Bearded Comic Bro. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. I'm here for Justin now. Appreciate it, man. C-List says, I didn't pick up Ordinary Gods, but I'd like it. I think it's worth checking out. I really do. It's a really interesting take, and I'm really curious to see where Higgins wants to go with this. And if you like that kind of outer world stuff and godly stuff, like it's really interesting type of concept that they go into. So what's going on, Kenneth Bird? Good to see you. Let's see. Ordinary Gods was an instant add to the pull list. There you go. Jason said it best right there. Yeah, I'm definitely riding this out. I'm really excited for this series. Really enjoyed it. Let's see. Astro asking, did anyone like Black Knight Curse of Ebony Blade? I did not read it. Bearded, yeah. Yara Flora, we're just talking about it. It's so good. Really enjoying it right now. Joel Jones doing some amazing things. Let's see, just scrolling up through. John Stout said, I don't know anything about the Blonde Wonder Girl either, besides playing a Noble game that she is in. Yeah, so that's where I was confused, because there was like 2 Wonder Girls essentially. So I didn't know what I was supposed to know or not know. So but anyways, yeah, we got Morbius in the house. Morbius Comics was just over hanging out with Brandon from ComixKings. Good to see you, Morb. Hello. Appreciate you, my friend. So let's see. I got 2 more books here that I'm going to talk about, and then I'll kind of close out. But so next one up is this was my number 1 pick last week for my top 10 list of new books coming out, New Comic Book Day. America Chavez, issue number 4. This series has been so good. Kalinda Vasquez doing the writing. I am not familiar with her work otherwise. I'm going to have to go back and check out more of her work though, because I'm really enjoying it. I think it's just so well done here, telling this story about America Chavez and kind of her other side of her origin story, and her family and family members who, you know, we kind of discover along the way. Not wanting to give out too much detailed information on that, but last issue was wild. When you discover some things, and this issue is actually more of an origin story of getting a back end story of just her parents, her real parents. It's really sad. It's actually really sad. They were heroes. But you'll learn about it. So this was kind of a flashback, a majority of this particular issue. But I want to just say a little something about the artist, Carlos Gomez. So I've talked about this before, but Gomez, he is just amazing. I don't know what else to even say. Like, the guy is so talented, and I don't know if you don't follow him over on Instagram, I do recommend checking out his Instagram channel, because he does put out a lot of amazing commission pieces that he's doing for artists or for fans, and it's really cool. I discovered him on Instagram. Didn't even know that he was doing like interior work for anything up until when this issue 1 first came out, and I realized that was his name in the book. I was really excited. So seeing him first-handedly putting this together the way he is, it is really, really beautiful art. So if you guys are not reading this, 1, the artwork, and 2, the story, like, it's just a combo punch. I mean, you're really getting some really good stuff here with America Chavez, and this is only a 5-issue series. So I'm very curious how this is going to end as well. Because again, we kind of left off with, you get a little bit more of a background of how they got to where they are right now. You kind of figure out the villain, and now, I mean, I don't know. Now we got to see how this is going to wrap up. But I hope they do it well, or either that, or I hope it leads to something else. But it's being really well done. So at this point, if you're just getting on board now, if you can't get the first couple issues, I know they did do some reprints of issues 1 and 2. I think issue 3 too. Issue 3 was somewhat of a key, so people were they were scooping them up, so it might be a little harder to find, or at least until they do that reprint. But if you do Comixology or digital stuff somehow, I think it's worth downloading. But otherwise, maybe you wait for the trade, since it is a 5-issue series. I think it's worth it either way. So love to hear what you guys think of America Chavez. Hope you guys are reading it. If you're not, I do recommend considering it at some point. What's going on, Moonlit? Good to see you, Michelle. Thanks for stopping in. Jason saying facts. His artwork is in the book is absolutely insane. Yeah, Jason, well said, man. I cannot agree more. It's that's one of the things that really got me to check this out, was when I saw that he was doing the artwork. So, and I'm glad I did, because the story is tremendous. Agreed, Fable. Agreed. Really well done origin story told. Morbius, I picked up that America Chavez as well. Looking forward to reading it. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, man, glad you're caught up to this, because it is very good. Very good story. Let's see. We got 27 people in here still, by the way. Appreciate all of you hanging out with me here today. Last book I want to show before I kind of wrap things up, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, mainly because my man John talked about it earlier today. And if you want to hear a little bit more detailed on, if you're wondering whether or not you should buy it or not, check out his channel, as he just dropped his video about a half hour ago. But it's talking about X-Men 1. Not that X-Men 1, but this X-Men 1. And this is Patrick Gleason's variant, the 1 in 100. And I just could not pass this up. My goodness. This is just so great. I mean, I would love to see more of these, actually. I have a t-shirt that's kind of similar to this, and I'm just kind of surprised that there haven't been more like blown up versions of the side corner that you get from the old 70s, 80s, 90s books, of all the heads. So just another really good idea. I think that Patrick Gleason's just been hitting it out of the park ever since he dropped that Spider-Man 55 variant. with the webs, the web as the Spidey head. He's been crushing it and just coming up with really great ideas, unique ideas, and really standing out. I know I was talking to my LCS owner the other day. Shout out to Corey over at Zap Comics, and I brought this up. Patrick Gleason, did not realize how much Patrick Gleason has done. He said he did a lot, especially for DC, New 52. He said some of his work was hit or miss in some series, but then amazing in others. I think he mentioned Aquaman, it being really good there, and some other series as well. So did not know Patrick Gleason's been doing this for a good amount of time, and has a lot of other notable work. But I just feel like he's really launched himself ever since he put out some of these variants, and he just keeps hitting home runs. I mean, I love the other, I think it's like a 1 in 50 variant for Aliens, the Aliens issue number 1 or number 2, the one where all you see is like half side of the face and it's like shaded red. So he did that and the green version and all that stuff. So really good stuff. Scott here saying Green Lantern. Yes, that was the other one that was mentioned. Good call there, Scott. Yeah. So something to consider if you're looking for more Patrick Gleason work. Definitely go check it out. Astro Wizard saying his Stormbreakers have been awesome. Yep, killing it with the Stormbreaker stuff. Jason and I both settled for the 1 in 25. Is that the green one? Morb? Was that the like the all green? Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm curious because I almost got that one too. But then I realized I hit my 3rd book, so I stopped. But Zap had this for a really, really great deal too. Usually 1 in 100s you expect to be up close to $100 or $70 or something like that, but it was way less than that. So that was another reason why I could not pass it up. Let me go back here just a second. Voice Inject in the house. What's going on, Voice? I know saw you earlier this morning as well. Appreciate you stopping in. We got Chinmo. Chinmo, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us as well. My man Chinmo in the building. Yeah, specking. Yeah, John was specking. I wasn't. John. It's all John. No, John had made some really great points. Fable, just talking about this book. I'm still behind on the X-Men stuff, so that's a big part of the reason why I didn't read it yet. I saw earlier Zen Multiverse was saying that he was looking forward to hearing what we thought of this book, and I know he caught John's opinions on this book in the earlier video. I have not read it. From what it sounds like, I mean, I probably could read it and be fine. At this point, like I kind of just want to be caught up in a way, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm far behind and I still just have so much to go, but I've talked to Fable about this before. I just need to bite the bullet and just, knock out some series one at a time and done, and boom, I'm back caught up. So yeah, I might just give this a shot, just because it's a number 1. It's Jerry Duggan, who I really like his writing, his work. So we'll see how that goes. There he is, Brandon ComixKings in the house. Good to see you, my friend. He was just live before me, had some really cool stuff he was doing with Morbius Comics. So make sure you guys check that out as well. So anyways, yeah, this was, oh damn, you got a great price. Yeah, man. I was surprised to still see it on the shelf, to be honest. I was surprised to see it on the shelf. But yeah, great stuff. PJ King saying X-Men was superb, great roster. It was a few of the classics like Cyclops, Jean, Polaris, and Rogue, and some outsiders outside the box X-Men. Yeah, so from seeing what this team looked like, definitely looks interesting. Just curious, kind of where it goes, or I don't even know the continuation, like how it all fits into everything. Like I said, I'm far behind, so I'm catching up on some things. But anyways, yeah, so I think I'm kind of caught up on everything here. I think I'm going to wrap up. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here today. We're just at the 30-minute mark. I see Jason yelling at me. I hear you, man. I hear you. One day. Damn, it was on the shelf. Yeah, man. I was surprised it was still there when I got there, because I don't get, I usually get there at like, 12 o'clock, 12:30. So usually all the good books, if I didn't already ask them to put it aside for me, usually all the good books are taken, from anyone showing up there early. But yeah, this one was still sitting there. So they had some other good stuff too. So yeah, folks. Yeah, I know. I'm not complaining. Who needs the bullpen when you got Justin? Yeah, Rod, I hear you, brother. Rod, I'm really excited for you with your variant, man. I'm looking forward to it. I know you were saying you got them shipped out earlier this week, so looking forward to that as well. Moonlit, thank you so much. Always appreciate, always enjoy the show and your recommendations. Thanks so much. And yeah, if you guys are reading stuff that I'm not reading, let me know in the comment section below. If you're watching the replay, take some time, or if you're here right now, you know, close out of this little live chat and leave me a comment in the comment section below, because that does help the video. And also on top of that, I want to know what you're reading. I want to know what I missed. So I know that there's some books like Swamp Thing that I didn't talk about here today. Yeah, got to continue to catch up because this was a big week. So there's a lot of good stuff. So hopefully you all got the books you needed or that you wanted. And if you didn't, hopefully you can find them still. But otherwise, appreciate all you guys. Make sure to sub up everybody in the description below for Tag Team Thursday. Go check the rewind on all the replays because they were a lot of fun. And they always are, starting over at Rod's channel. There's the man right there at 6:30. So make sure you guys are checking that out next Thursday as well. We'll be back in action once again. So yes, thank you. Yes, Phil, please do that. That's a pro move right there. Pro move. Appreciate all of you. All right, I'm going to wrap up. So until next time, I will talk to you guys